Hello everybody. I realize it's been a while since I've made a YouTube video. I apologize about that. And thank you to those who have commented on my videos. I appreciated that. Yeah, there are a couple of topics that I wanted to cover, mostly because people have asked me questions about them and they were good ideas. I'm honestly a little self-conscious, and that's part of the reason I haven't made a video in a while. But this is worth it to me because I feel like I'm helping people. And anyone that I can help to see the wicked ways of the Watchtower Society is worth it for me. There's a couple of topics that I wanted to cover in a short time span here. Hopefully I'll make another one soon. I wanted to talk about, someone asked me how I got out of the Jehovah's Witness cult. And I'm going to cover that, and then I'm going to talk about how I feel about Armageddon. That'll probably be the next video. So, this one I'm going to talk about my story. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness since I was about 4 years old. I got baptized when I was 13 years old because of all the pressure. I've talked about that a little bit in one of my first two videos. But yeah, I didn't realize what I was doing, and I got baptized. I thought it was the right thing. And when I turned 22 years old, I ended up leaving and losing my family because they didn't agree with what I was doing. And of course the Watchtower Society told me that I needed to shun them. But yeah, I wanted to touch on that. When I was growing up, it's obviously a very secluded religion. You can't hang out with anybody. I couldn't even hang out with my relatives because they weren't Jehovah's Witnesses. But the main point I wanted to make in this video was how I got out, because I thought that was a very good question. The answer is basically I just did, and I say it like that because they teach you that you can't get away, that if you leave that the worldly people will hurt you, that demons will attack you. It's not true. There are good and bad people everywhere, and there are good people in the world, as they call it. The way I got out was I started making friends with worldly people when I was about 17 years old, and when I decided I wanted to leave, that someone was there for me. It will be different for everybody, but the main point I wanted to get across is no matter what they tell you, you can leave, and you won't die. It won't be easy. You will probably lose your family members on some level if they're Jehovah's Witnesses. There are very good support forums for ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. I would recommend doing those. But yeah, I was talking about how I got out, and I don't think I'm explaining this very well, but yeah, my answer is I just did. I quit listening to the mind control. I did research into their past, which anyone who's been a witness knows they absolutely forbid. I know a lot of stuff about them that I figured out why they didn't want me to know. I've been out of the Jehovah's Witnesses for about 5 years now. My mother and father both still not talk to me, which is kind of hard, but I've made new friends. I've made different friends. I feel like I have a family. That's one of the most important things, is get out and meet new people. After you leave, you're going to be very confused. It's going to be really hard. But you have to meet new people, learn that worldly people aren't crazy, and they're not all going to hurt you. That's the best advice I can give, is get a good support group. But yeah, I keep coming back to this. How did I get out? I stood up to them. I told them that I wasn't going to listen to them anymore, that I was going to find out for myself what the truth was, if there was truth. And you just really need to be strong with that. But yeah, most of my story that I feel relevant now is, I just slaughtered that word, that I feel is relevant now is after I left. It's the most important time in your life. Not that going through all the stuff you go through when you're there isn't important, But I wasted a couple years of my life not meeting people, just staying in a bubble, being afraid to meet people even though I was out. And it's very important. The quicker you can get support for yourself, the quicker you will heal. I have no idea how long this video is at this point. I think I kind of touched on my story. Yeah, one good thing to check out is CS the Apostate on YouTube is doing a project called 100 Voices Speak Out, and he's going across a couple of states and making a documentary. You should check that out, and if you can, support him. I think that's all I have to say right now.